Whoa, ladies and gentlemen, welcome into another college football rankings video. We are right up against Halloween. That inspired me to make a top 10 most scary college football logos list. And honestly, what really inspired me to make this list was the team that's number one on the list, the scariest, most disturbing logo in college football / college basketball that a college has. And if you know it, you know it. Trust me, it's a disturbing logo. It is by far the scariest, just the overall disturbing logo in college football. Now, this list does include FCS teams, and I gotta be honest with you guys, I had a lot of fun making this list. There's a lot of logos. You look at them, these things are disturbing. It's amazing. I didn't realize I didn't know if I was going to be able to put 10 of them together. Originally, I was going to do a top 5, but I could have done honorable mentions too. I mean, there's just so many of them when you expand it to the FCS teams. Going to be a lot of obscure teams. There's only one Power 5 team on this list. The FCS schools tend to get a little more loose with their logos. They get a little more interesting. So guys, kicking it off with number 10, it is the Mississippi Valley State Delta Devils. What an interesting nickname, the Delta Devils. Now, if you watch college basketball, you are probably or at least decently familiar with this team. They are famously one of the worst Division I college basketball teams every single year. And you think about this logo, you think it'd be higher on my list, right? It's a devil. The thing is just not that scary. Like, they made him almost like he looks like a superhero. Am I right? There's a lot going on with this logo. It's pretty cool. Maybe a little bit too much going on overall. I wouldn't put it in one of my favorite logos, but I would put this higher on my list if they made the devil look a little bit more scary. He just kind of looks, again, almost like a superhero. He just does not look very scary, but that is number 10 on my list. Moving on down to number 9, it is the Albany Great Danes. It's just a disturbing looking dog here. I had no clue that was a Great Dane. Maybe it's the ears or the very thin face. I think it's the ears. I don't know. The logo to me is just disturbing. Going on down to number 8, this is a logo that would be number 1 on most lists, or at least some people's lists, I know. It is the Richmond Spiders. I think this is a very clean logo, but I understand there's a lot of people out there that just hate spiders, and I almost wonder if you're Richmond, is it hurting some of your overall sales when you're trying to sell some football gears with a literal spider on your logo? There are people that can't even look at spiders. I'm decent with spiders. I used to kind of get scared of them. I'm really only scared of like the 7 or 8 foot spiders that are in Africa, places like that. But overall, like the smaller spiders, they don't want to hurt you. They actually help, if they're in your house, they can eat insects, things like that. But overall, yeah, this would be number 1 on some people's list. It's just a spider, and it is pretty freaky looking. You look at the thing. They didn't make it like it was a nice, go happy, happy spider. They definitely made it a legit tarantula looking thing. But that is number 8 on my list. Going on down to number 7, it is the Delaware State Hornets. Now, this was a logo I came across accidentally, and to be honest, it just looks like one of those murder hornets that they've been talking about. You take a look. Really, when it's zoomed in, he looks like he's friendly. He looks friendly. Otherwise, he'd be higher on my list. You zoom it in, he looks like, ooh, you could go to a little barbecue with him or something. But when you look at it from far away, when it's minuscule, the thing looks evil. And the mortar hornets, I mean, it's like a giant hornet here. It's not a very nice logo. Going on down to number 6. It's funny, number 7 was Delaware State. Number 6 is Delaware, the Fighting Blue Hens. When I first saw this logo, I thought of a evil duck. That's what it looks like. Apparently, it's supposed to be a blue hen. The thing just looks evil. It looks evil. It looks like maybe a fat duck that's looking at something that it's about to eat, something like that. That's what I was thinking when it comes to, it's a fighting blue hen. Didn't even know that. So we go from Delaware State to Delaware. And on to number 5 now. It is the only Power 5 team to have a logo on this list, the NC State Wolfpack. And this is a disturbing logo. It could have been higher on my list. The thing is just a completely evil, demented-looking wolf. It's just its head, and it has a weird face that looks like it's ready to eat something. So it almost looks like it's been starved for 3 months, and then it sees a human and it just wants to eat it. That's what the vibe I'm getting off of this photo. That's exactly it. I always, you see NC State's logo compared to all these other logos. You see it a lot more because it's a Power 5 logo, and I always look at it and it's always maybe change it a little bit. I don't know. It's an aggressive looking logo. Counting on down to number 4, it is the East Carolina Pirates, I also had this as an honorable mention on my favorite logos list. Obviously, a pirate, going to be a little freaky. You got the skull and bones right there. It looks like it is not too happy either. So definitely a cool logo. I love the color scheme. Personally, I love the purple and yellow mixed together. It's kind of an obnoxious mix, but it looks really cool when it comes to a logo. Makes it very unique. But yeah, they certainly didn't make that pirate looking too happy there. So that comes in my list at number 4. On down to number 3. Austin Peay Governors. Now, this is apparently supposed to be a governor. It looks like one of those British businessmen, pedophile type people. You guys know what I'm talking about? Like, that's what it looks like here. Very just evil governor type. Maybe he takes advantage of young girls. I'm getting a bad vibe with this photo. Really am. So it comes in my list at number 3. On down to number 2, the Maine Black Bears. That looks like a bear. This is what I was thinking. I was like envisioning it. It looks like a bear that's been exposed to radiation poisoning, and it's like growing another head. And you can see it's totally malnourished, maybe about 100 pounds, looking for anything to eat. It seriously looks like it has radiation poisoning. You think they make a bear, you want to make an image like this. If I was talking to Maine, I would say, remove the letters Maine, just make a big bear face, kind of like, look at Brown University. Brown University has a great logo, the Ivy League school, if you guys know what I'm talking about. It's just like this big bear face, but it's a great logo. This one, they tried to incorporate the letters Maine, you can see on top of it, and it makes the bear look like it has radiation poisoning, like it hasn't eaten in 3 months. It looks completely malnourished. And it looks like it's like, oh, I need food. It's so malnourished, it's about to die from starvation. Just a disturbing looking logo. But guys, this is the reason I made this list. The number 1 team on this list, I don't know who thought of this logo, but if you know, you know. And guys, number 1 on my list, the Northwestern State Demons. I mean, just look at that logo. It is one disturbing image. The purple and orange flames with the white face looks almost like a mask. It is just, you take a look at this from afar away, like you see these teams. I remember last year, when I first saw this logo, Northwestern State, they were kind of like Gonzaga's sacrificial lamb in college basketball. They faced Gonzaga, the number 1 team in the nation, on back-to-back nights at Gonzaga because Gonzaga couldn't find anyone to play because of the pandemic. Different teams were facing each other, and I saw this logo and I was like, my God. Now, they lost both games by a combined like 80 points, and if I was a Gonzaga player, I was afraid. I would be afraid beating this team by 80 points. This logo would haunt me. This logo is so disturbing. I mean, it is by far the scariest logo when it comes to these FCS or FPS schools. It is number 1 on my list. Just a little fun Halloween video. I really did enjoy making this list. There's a lot more scary logos too. I'm thinking with these logo videos, I might want to do top 10 worst logos next. I don't know. We'll see what happens. That's probably just going to be limited to FBS, so 130 teams when it comes to college football logos. I'm not going to go into the FCS. The FCS logos are a lot more interesting. I'll be honest with you, though. They're a lot more interesting. So this was just my top 10 overall scariest logos because it is Halloween, guys. Make sure you follow me on Twitter. Link to that's always in the description. I'm, of course, the Depressed Ginger. Thank you for watching.